Now I want to jump into this newest segment that we're doing here under the Godzilla Block Party. And this is why I have Gam Gam Z1 here. I want to get into this segment where, because I know nothing about this, but apparently he does. We're going to talk about figures, whatever it is, but the Godzilla figures that have come out or have come out, and it's basically a review. So I'm going to dub this Go Figure. So, Gam Gams.
Like
you like that?
I like that.
All right, so here's the inaugural episode of Go Figure.
All right.
Gam Gam, take it away.
Episode of Go Figure. I'm basically going to do what we have so far and what's confirmed coming out soon. So just a couple words on what we have so far. With the exception of two things. The first thing I'm not going to talk about is the NECA Godzilla, because we already talked about that fucking thing. And the second thing I'm going to talk about is one of the Jakks Pacific figures, because that's a spoiler. But other than that, let's get into it. So, going with the Jakks Pacific figures, we have the two 6-inch figures of Ghidorah and Rodan. And they're pretty okay. I actually vastly prefer the Rodan. His paint job is great. And the detail is very lava-like, very, very movie accurate, in my opinion. And the Ghidorah is kind of he's a little small because when you compare him to the size of Rodan, yeah, it's kind of not that big, not that great of scale. But he's still a pretty decent figure, not really painted, but pretty all right. Then we got the 3.5-inch figures, and among the 3.5-inch figures is the spoiler one, so I'm not going to talk about that one. But here we got each of the three baddies or goodies, depending. We got Mothra here. This is the only Mothra figure that Jakks Pacific has, and she's kind of. She's all right. Her wings are stickers. Fine, I guess. And her body is just kind of this bronze color with like little tiny blue dots for eyes. But it's a kid's toy, so you can't hate the thing. Really, it represents Mothra well enough. Then you got the Rodan, which, in my opinion, the 3.5-inch Rodan, Mothra, and Godzillas actually scale really well with the 6-inch King Ghidorah because of what we know about the sizes of the monsters. But the Rodan looks pretty much just a scaled down version of the 6-inch version, and he's pretty neat. Hinged wings. And then we got the King Ghidorah, the little 3.5-inch King Ghidorah. And this is probably my least favorite of the Jakks Pacific figures, simply because he is very top-heavy. Like, if you have his wings splayed out right like this, he will not stand up. That upsets me. But other than that, he's pretty neat. Just a scaled-down version of the 6-inch Ghidorah, but the cut on the wings is not in the middle, but it's at the base.
Okay.
But other than that, neat little thing. And then we got the Godzillas. One of the Godzillas is just the standard one.
This is 3-inch, right?
Kind of not painted, pretty much just solid charcoal black with like little yellow eyes and painted teeth.
There's no highlights at all?
It's got some hint of a lighter gray wash, but that's about it. And then you got the my opinion, the best out of the bunch, which is the atomic Godzilla, which he's got subtle blues all around him, and his eyes are blue. And from what we've seen in the trailers, this is probably like the best representation of King of the Monsters Godzilla, because he's always glowing blue in the trailers.
Drives me crazy.
But yeah, and the last 3.5-inch figure, again, I'm not talking about.
Okay.
So Then
we can only imagine. We can only imagine that figure must be on fire because that's how hot it is. I'm just saying.
It's super hot. The next the next figures that I'm going to talk about. The last one I want to talk about is the 20-inch tall Jakks Pacific. I already talked about this back when we were talking about the NECA figure.
Right.
But he's actually really cool. Basic dinosaur articulation, but he's basically just a slightly smaller version of the really big boy that we got from 2014.
Right.
And we actually also got that thing, but it doesn't even have new spikes. It's just basically a reissue with a new paint job, so I didn't get that figure.
Wait. Are you telling me that the Godzilla 2019 giant Jakks Pacific, is it Jakks Pacific? That's
the giant Jakks Pacific one for 2019 is just the 2014 one with a different paint job. It's the same size spikes.
Ladies and gentlemen, hear this, and hear this clearly. Listen to me. Go get that figure. Go get it, because that is a collector's item. Trust me when I tell you this, because I have let things slip through my fingers in the past when I was like, that's stupid, it's just a repaint. And then 3 years later, that repaint, if you would have paid $10 for it, is now worth $20,000. Go get it. Go get it.
And keep it in the box.
Yes.
If I were ever to get the 2019 one, I'd keep that one in the box because I have the 2014 one on display in my room. But as for this little 20-inch guy, he's pretty all right. Just kind of a scaled down version of the 2-foot tall one, but he actually has accurate spikes. And I actually really do recommend this one. He's only about $20 at Walmart. I mean, there's worse ways to blow $20.
What's the scale again on that guy?
He's about 22 inches tall.
Yeah, there you go.
He's great as like a desk figure. Like you put him on your desk, you kind of fiddle with him while you're at work.
He looks pretty too. I can't lie. It's the spikes. I got to be honest with you. I mean,
these are great.
If there was one thing that Michael Dougherty did, and look, we haven't seen the movies. I'm pretty sure he's done everything right. But one of the things he did that I was like, I loved, was like, oh, Godzilla's still evolving. What? So now the spikes are different. They're reminiscent of, if not the spikes from G54. And like the little things that count, and that they're putting into these figures now. I adore them. I applaud them. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that pretty much does it for the Jakks Pacific figures, except for like the Godzilla mask. But I haven't been able to find that literally anywhere.
It's not out yet.
Yeah.
The mask doesn't come out till the fall.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Unless you live in like Mexico or the UK.
The next figures I'm going to talk about are the Bandai figures, and what better way to start with than the Bandai Movie Monster Series Godzilla? This is probably my favorite 2019 Godzilla figure because, like, he's got that great metallic blue paint on him and metallic blue eyes, and he's just pretty much just a great little Godzilla figure. He's not painted like perfectly. Like his pretty much the only parts on him that are painted are the dorsal spines, the eyes, and the teeth. But that's okay, you know. It's a $10 Bandai figure.
See it as the traditional Bandai Godzilla pose.
Yep, pretty much the traditional Bandai Godzilla pose. The next one I want to talk about is this absolute unit. The Bandai Movie Monster Series, King Ghidorah. He is a thick boy. Like, he is really, really thick. He's not exactly in scale, but the shelf presence that this thing has is just impressive. He doesn't have any articulation, unfortunately. Everything's sealed shut with glue, but I would still recommend him, just simply for the fact that, you know, how often do we get Bandai King Ghidorahs?
Right. Well, I got two. I got two of them. Maybe three. I think I got three.
Just out of that principle and the fact that, I mean, I want to own every 2014 piece of 2014 merch, whether they are good or bad. NECA. But yeah, that's the King Ghidorah. And now we get to the weird ones. Here we have the Rodan.
He looks like he looks like old school Rodan. What the hell?
Yeah, he's in the old school Rodan pose, but it's still clearly King of the Monsters Rodan. Like, the head sculpt is amazing, but he looks like if Toho took this design and made a suit out of it.
Yes. Oh my God, that's perfectly put.
And, like, that's charming to me. A lot of people have been hating on this figure, but it's charming. Like, he's so goofy looking, and I love it. I mean, Bandai obviously cut corners, probably. They probably, like, took an existing Rodan mold and just kind of retooled it to look like the King of the Monsters Rodan. But even then, like, I like him, so I would recommend him. Now, the only Bandai figure that I wouldn't recommend is the Mothra. The Mothra is barely painted. Like, the top of her wings are, like, probably the most painted. The bottom of her wings are just blech. And her body looks like it's made of chocolate.
I was going to say, she looks like a milk dud.
Yeah. She's literally a milk dud with wings.
That's fucking great.
And she's really tiny. Now, as for the things that are coming out, well, just recently, about 2 or 3 days ago now, NECA announced that the Mothra is now for sale on their eBay and their Amazon. Obviously, I bought it. I'm still waiting on it. It's actually scheduled to deliver tomorrow. A couple of people have already received theirs in the mail, and I've seen reviews for the thing. And it actually looks quite decent. So I'm really looking forward to getting mine in the mail and fiddling with it.
That's good news, knowing that I was worried about its eyeballs.
Yeah. The eyes are not messed up. She looks actually really good. I'm impressed with that guy. Then we got, obviously, the SH Monster Arts figures are coming out here soon. The Godzilla, I think, both Godzilla and Ghidorah are coming out in June. No, I think Godzilla's coming out in June, and King Ghidorah's coming out in July. Then we also got the SH Monster Arts Mothra and Rodan, but I have not personally heard any ETAs on when they're supposed to drop or even go up for pre-order.
They're coming out in the fall.
In the fall? Okay.
Yeah, I believe like their pre-orders go up in the fall, and they don't come out till like Christmas almost.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
But another thing to note, before you go on there, is they're also doing another secret King of the Monsters figure, but I haven't heard too much about it. But it's a secret figure; they're not revealing it. So maybe Comic-Con or something.
Yeah, I mean, there's already been speculation that NECA is going to announce their King Ghidorah at Comic-Con. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But as for other figures, just recently, X Plus just revealed for their D4Real series that they're going to be doing some King of the Monsters figures. They just released images of Godzilla doing the trailer pose. I haven't seen anything else with Ghidorah, Rodan, or Mothra, but I mean, this is X Plus, and they really like to make their really expensive figures. So I don't doubt that they're probably going to make some D4Reals of the other kaiju.
Imagine a D4Real. Didn't they show a D4Real King Ghidorah though?
Did they? I have not heard.
I don't know if they did or not. I thought I may have saw something. Maybe I saw something else completely different. But either way, just think about like a D4Real King Ghidorah, this pudgy ball with 3 limbs sticking out.
That would be adorable.
It'd be like a chibi.
D4Real Rodan, just make him an Angry Bird.
Wait, no, you give me an idea now. Angry Birds Godzilla. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah, what are you doing, game studio who makes Angry Birds?
Rovio.
Oh yeah, Rob. Oh, speaking of which, it's not exactly a toy, but just recently, Godzilla Defense Force, the mobile game, came out.
Yeah, I've been playing it for about a month now, actually. Because it like dropped online, and you could download it for Android. But yeah.
Yeah. And then just to kind of round off everything that we know so far is going back to NECA. The only ones that we have left to get, if indeed they never make a King Ghidorah, is the Rodan and the Atomic Blast Godzilla.
Gotcha.
And that's pretty much everything I know so far, and everything I have so far when it comes to King of the Monsters merchandise.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be a ton more stuff coming in the coming weeks. And, I mean, what else? As a collector, it seems like we're going to go broke.
Oh, yeah. I am already in fearful of my credit card, like my credit score. I am probably going to go into debt.
Well,
and there's the new art book.
Oh, yeah. Art book's coming out. I think that comes out mid-July?
Actually, June. Early week June.
Oh, early June. Okay.
Yeah. It's really early. But I'm interested in that. But, yeah.
well, I mean, look, there's a ton of things coming out. We got that. Hey, thank you, Gam Gams, for the figure rundown.
Yeah.
Our first inaugural Go Figure, segment, I would say.
My collection is pretty extensive. I could do this for quite a few more podcasts.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're going to be continuing that collection, unless you go broke.
Yeah, I have a problem.
That'll do it for us here at the G Show Podcast. I want to thank you, Gam Gams, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And of course, G73 Chase, Megs, thank you for being on with us.
As always.
And I want to thank y'all all out there for hanging out and listening to us. I am G1, and we out of here. Peace.